from the station that's working for you. You're watching Fox 4 News at 5.
I used a pocket knife to cut my seatbelt, and then I cleaned out the front windshield.
Debris everywhere, roofing everywhere, a grill smashed into my neighbor's car.
Debris from a rooftop into the street, uprooted trees. We've had damage to vehicles, roofs of businesses.
It sounded like a blender with rocks and trees inside it, like turned up all the way, just spinning really fast.
Being grateful that I'm alive.
A powerful tornado outbreak from southwest Missouri to Jefferson City. Today, the cleanup begins. That's First on Fox. I'm Dominique Ricks.
I'm Lauren Halifax. The team coverage of the tornado outbreak in Missouri. Meteorologist Joe Laria has been analyzing the storm in the Weather Center. Fox 4's John Holt is live in Jefferson City to begin our coverage tonight. John?
Lauren, Dominique, quite a contrast to the scene, well, less than 24 hours ago now here in southwest Jefferson City. You mentioned the cleanup. That's exactly what's underway. This is one of the hardest hit areas, the tornado first arriving in town from the southwest. Let's take a look here. You can see these power poles are down. Ameren crews are getting ready to clear out this entire workspace here to begin putting those poles back up. Two car dealerships here. We have Riley Chevrolet and Riley Toyota, and as you can see, cars, SUVs just tossed about like matchsticks at this car dealership, two dealerships, 4 generations. The good news for these folks here, nobody was working last night when the storm hit around 11:40. Nobody hurt on the property here. Indeed, no fatalities in the Springfield area. Let's take a look now at a map of exactly how long the supercell lasted that spawned numerous tornadoes, beginning, as you mentioned, in southwest Missouri, Carl Junction, Golden City in the southwest part of the state, Eldon in central Missouri, and then, of course, Jefferson City, Marshall, Missouri, also reporting a funnel cloud. And the National Weather Service out of St. Louis today labeling this tornado that hit Jefferson City in EF3, top wind speeds of about 160 miles per hour. Unfortunately, we mentioned no fatalities here in Springfield, but 3 people did die in the tornado that struck Golden City, Missouri, toward the beginning of the storm's path. The victims, 86-year-old Gene Harris, 83-year-old Opal Harris, both found about 200 yards from their home near Golden City, and 56-year-old Betty Berg also died in that tornado there. 56-year-old Mark Berg, her husband, suffering critical injuries. Governor Mike Parson landed in southwest Missouri earlier this afternoon. Fox 4 Sheree Honeycutt, the only Kansas City reporter there, and she has more on the governor's visit.
Homeowners and volunteers are working on relief efforts in Briar Brook after a tornado destroyed some homes and left others untouched. Governor Mike Parson toured the damage earlier, talking with families who are rebuilding. The governor told them he's going to make sure the state helps in every way they can to get utilities back on and things back to normal. Governor Parson says their resilience is inspiring.
It is incredible the attitude these people have as I go around talking about that, and the inspiration they're actually giving me for what they're going through. And I'm sitting there just feeling sorry for them and for what they're going through. But their attitudes that I've talked to everybody that says, look, you know, we can fix a house. You know, we can rebuild that, we can fix cars and things of that nature. And I think most of them are just thankful they're here to tell the story today.
The Department of Public Safety says a rough estimate on the damage is 15 homes were destroyed in Carl Junction and more than 200 others have damage. With those hundreds of homes being damaged, there's a relief station set up at the Briar Brook Golf Course. If you have any donations to give, they should go there. Sheree Honeycutt, Fox 4 News.
Certainly the loss of life there, very tragic again here in Jefferson City. There were no fatalities, about 20 people hurt. Some of the hospitals here treated those injuries. During a news conference this morning, the Lieutenant Governor, Mike Kehoe, said that among the cities and towns along that tornado's path, and as you take a look at the damage done here, Jefferson City was clearly the hardest hit. We're here on the sort of the business district portion of 54 Highway. In town a bit further in a neighborhood, Fox 4 Shannon O'Brien has been taking a look at the damage there, and she joins us live here in Jeff City as well. Shannon?
Well, John, the worst of the devastation spans about a 3 square mile radius. And last we heard, there have been more than 24 people who have been injured, at least 9 people in the hospital. And that's pretty amazing when you see homes like the one that you see behind me. They were in the path of the storm. A man who lives just up Jackson Street on the other side of this huge tree took us in for a first-hand look at his damage.
Oh, yeah, they want to look upstairs.
With tornado sirens blaring, James Miller stood on his back porch watching the weather move in.
And when the wind kicked up and it started roaring, I told my wife then it was time to hit the basement. And I got about maybe 3 or 4 steps down in there before the whole house exploded.
The second floor of Miller's house is gone, torn off by winds between 135 to 165 miles per hour. It now rests in his side yard on top of an uprooted tree.
This used to be a bedroom.
A bedroom, closet, hallway, and storage area now well ventilated, as Miller puts it. Although keeping his sense of humor, this tornado has wiped out Miller in more than one way. Like many, Miller and his wife do not have insurance on their house.
I don't have the money. Me and her's on Social Security. Barely got enough to pay the bills, let alone repair this place.
What's left of people's belongings are very vulnerable in these homes. You can see that stereo laying there and a lot of other belongings. The walls in the back of that house are also down, and there's a lot of that person's personal belongings there. To help protect this stuff, police have blocked off the streets coming into this area, so nobody who is not supposed to be in this area can be in here. They also have patrols on the street, and they are imposing a curfew tonight starting from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., and that will continue for several days. John, back to you.
All right, Shannon, thanks. One other footnote. Shannon, in the neighborhood, we're here on the southwest side. The good news for Jefferson City, the main business district, which of course includes the government buildings and the Capitol building, did not suffer any damage. Meantime, we mentioned earlier, no fatalities here in Springfield. Those occurred, the 3 in southwest Missouri. The elderly couple and a 56-year-old woman. She was found in her mobile home. 3 fatalities in southwest Missouri near Golden City, and that's where Fox 4's Alana LaFleur continues our coverage live. Alana?
Inside of the Golden City limits, there wasn't that much damage. There were a few trees knocked down, a few power lines knocked down, but outside the city limits where we are, nothing compares to this damage and destruction over here. If you look at that big pile over there, there's a car in it, and in front of that, that is the foundation of a house. That is where Gene and Opal Harris lived, but their house, now it's gone. It's all destroyed, and the destruction you see here, that's spread across the area and affected other families.
It's just unimaginable the destruction this thing caused. I've never seen anything like it.
Dean Easton was friends with Betty Berg, who died in the tornado. She and her husband, Mark Berg, lived in a mobile home off 126 Highway. Everything they owned, film strips, dream catchers, are now scattered in the streets.
That foundation was there. The trailer sat there where the blue truck is, and then it blew it all the way across the road, twisted it like an S.
Trees are down all over the area, split in half and ripped from the roots. Some are wrapped with metal roofing.
It's just devastating what happened around here. I mean, Betty was a little thing, weighed about 90 pounds. Man, and like I say, Mark, he's still alive. He's in the hospital in Joplin, I believe. I think he broke both of his hips and both of his legs below the knees.
A few yards away from the destruction at the Bergs, another family salvaged what they could.
We got pictures. We got, luckily we were able to find their wedding rings.
William Weiser grew up in this house where his parents lived.
My parents got it to exactly where they wanted it. They just got done remodeling. Things can be replaced, though.
A sheriff's deputy, Weiser, was patrolling Wednesday night during the tornado.
All the power lines were down, so as I was driving through, it all hit my patrol truck and had to swerve over.
The tornado's path continued and ripped Opal and Gene Harris, a couple in their late 80s, out of their house, throwing them 200 yards away. For a small community, those 3 big losses are hard to take.
I talked to Betty probably half hour before this happened. We both told each other to be safe. I wish they'd have come to town.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol says about 4 buildings here were damaged in all, including a fertilizer plant. Its roof was thrown off last night, and they evacuated people within a 1-mile radius in case of dangerous chemicals, but that has all been cleared as of right now. This has been a very emotional day for the people who live here, but they all say that they are going to rally together and they're going to support each other, help clean up, and help everyone get through this. Alana LaFleur, Fox 4 News.
Very emotional day in an area that's not far from Joplin. 8 years to the night that deadly tornado struck that small southwest Missouri town. Quick look at the Ameren crews. As with any situation like this, it's fluid. We're on the move. They're clearing us out so they can take these poles down and put the new ones up. We'll be back live in about 10 minutes here on Fox 4 News at 5. For now, Dome, Lauren, back to you.
Some hard images to look at. John, thank you.
Now, we're about to start a holiday weekend, so do we need to remain weather aware? Let's get to meteorologist Joe Lauria.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good idea, not only with the holiday weekend coming up upon us, but we have thunderstorm chances just about every single day through Monday, and we're going to be a little bit more specific on that coming up during our main forecast in about 10 minutes or so. I want to take you about 20 miles or so southwest of Jefferson City because I've just gotten some new information from my colleagues at the National Weather Service in St. Louis, and this is where the tornado initially touched down. That was close to that Bracito area, Lake Carmel. And then the storm moved off towards the north and east. It grew to about 1,500 yards across just in time for it to maximize in strength right when it got into Jefferson City. The maximum winds, and I'm updating this right now, the maximum winds of that tornado were 150 miles an hour, and the maximum damage was right in Jefferson City. There's been a lot going on, obviously. Amazingly, nobody died from that tornado. Right now, radar pretty quiet, maybe a couple of sprinkles. We'll come back and we're going to update our weekend forecast, tricky for the next several days. All that in a few minutes.
And team coverage continues on Fox 4. We'll have more on the Red Cross situation in Jefferson City ahead on Fox 4 News at 5.
Welcome to Good Morning Football. We're going to have some fun here. Oh, baby.
I'm looking at pure entertainment value.
Who's coming with me?
So many awesome guests here on the show.
Calm down.
Relax. I think the best is yet to come.
Tuesday, May 28th, Pure is back in business.
I have not told you the whole truth about who I am.
You're a drug dealer. Based on the true events of the Mennonite mob, Pure Season 2 premieres Tuesday, May 28th, only on WGN America.
Here at Leaf Guard, the magic happens on the inside. Our patented hangers are attached above the water line so nothing restricts the water flow. Remember, Leaf Guard, the only one-piece rainwater management system with a clog-free guarantee. Leaf Guard has earned the Good Housekeeping seal 14 years in a row. We're going to bring our factory on wheels right to your house, custom build the Leaf Guard system. It's a seamless system, none of those rusty spots. You're going to love Leaf Guard on your home. And now would be a great time to give us a call to get Leaf Guard on your home. $59 down and $59 per month. A $200 Visa gift card with the purchase of Leaf Guard. And if you call during this program, we have a nice gift for you. A $50 Restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Be sure to ask about Refer A. Tell a friend about Leaf Guard. You get cash back. Remember, $59 down, $59 a month. Leaf Guard on your home. For the lowest price on a one-piece covered system, call Leaf Guard now.
How does AE milk taste so fresh? It starts with milk from Iowa farms.
Then it's tasted and tested for freshness.
Then it's delivered within hours.
You just missed him. AE Dairy, made with ridiculously high standards since 1930.
One person is dead tonight after a shooting that ended in a Dollar General parking lot. Officers went to Truman and Oakley on a shooting call around 11:30 this morning. They found the victim in the Dollar General parking lot and then found a second victim in a home nearby. The second person died. Detectives are trying to determine what led up to that shooting. A Fox 4 follow-up. Convicted of 5 murders, Brandon Howell will spend the rest of his life in prison. The judge handed down 5 life sentences today. Howell beat an elderly couple to death, a particularly brutal killing. Then he shot and killed 3 others who tried to intervene in a South Kansas City neighborhood back in 2014.
Kansas Governor Laura Kelly has gone to Idaho to get a new secretary for Kansas prisons. Kansas has picked Jeffrey Zamuda. Zamuda is the deputy corrections director in Idaho. Kansas prisons are understaffed and underfunded. Emergency funding helped with overtime and the first tracking of hiring new staff. Severe weather moved through the Washington, D.C. area late today. D.C. was under a tornado warning. We don't know if a tornado touched down, but high wind knocked over some trees. Joe, it seems like the same images are pretty much across the country.
Isn't it amazing? Boy, I tell you what, with all the severe weather in the last few days, now you're probably wondering, what about the weekend, right? Holiday weekend, you want to go to the pool, you want to go to the lake. We're going to kind of get into it, and I tell you what, we're probably going to have more storms. We'll try to time them out for you. Tricky. All that in a few minutes.
Summer's here, and with a great deal on a new Toyota, you can do all the things that make the season so much fun. Like go biking, Mother's Day, glamping, graduations, music festivals, motocross, zip-lining!
Lease a new 2019 Camry for just $249 a month, or get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months when you buy a Camry. To find your nearest Toyota dealer, visit buyatoyota.com.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
Man, that's a cool looking hot tub. We should check on the baby.
He's so sweet.
Maybe too sweet? Internet's down.
Your home is only as smart as your internet. Get reliable AT&T fiber and get speeds up to 300 megabits per second and DirecTV. Bundle for $75 a month for 12 months. Limited availability may not be in your area. More for your thing. That's our thing. Call 1-800-CALL-ATT.
Over 500,000 homeowners have chosen LeafGuard. Remember, the top's not a cover, it's part of the gutter. It's earned the Good Housekeeping seal 14 years in a row. Call in now. LeafGuard's more affordable than ever. $59 down, $59 per month, a $200 Visa gift card with purchase. And if you call during this program, you get a $50 restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Call today to get LeafGuard. $59 down, $59 per month.
John from Lee Summit wrote in and said, "You movie made sure everything is covered and didn't waste time. The team is very courteous, always asking if anything else needs to be done. I wouldn't hesitate to use them again." Thanks, John.
Kansas City's You Move Me. Never fear moving day again.
It's our huge Memorial Day sale at Family Leisure.
24-foot pools, $19.99 installed. Hundreds of in-stock patio sets starting at $4.99. Spas and swim spas are priced to move. Quality play sets from $5.99. Memorial Day sale going on now at Family Leisure.
Paying too much for glasses is just wrong. Check out the right sale at iMart Express and get a complete pair for $20. That's right, one pair for $20. Need progressives? Two pairs start at just $76.92. Check out the right sale at iMart Express.
I could hear it coming. The sound was definitely just like the freight train that everybody always says.
It came through his room and is now dripping through into the main floor of our home as well.
And the way it sounded and felt, I was pretty confident that our roof was going to come off.
Back live here in Jefferson City. We moved up the street just a little bit up 54 Highway. This is the Capitol Bowl. Again, another hard-hit building. This wall just collapsed. You can see debris and insulation just thrown out into the parking lot. Again, thankfully happening after hours. Nobody hurt here as well. As we continue our coverage here in Jefferson City, some updated information about that EF3 tornado. Now, top wind speed of 150 miles per hour. They've dropped it by 10 miles per hour. And they're now saying that this tornado was on the ground for 19 miles. It's part of a supercell that stretched all the way from southwest Missouri, clear up into mid-Missouri, even beyond Jefferson City. So they're tweaking the numbers now as we speak. The good news, nobody killed here in Jefferson City. 3 fatalities in southwest Missouri. Fox 4's Michelle Bogowith was among the first on the scene before the sun rose this morning here in Jefferson City.
An EF3 tornado touched down in Jefferson City Wednesday, just before midnight. But it wasn't until morning that residents could see the full scope of the damage. Trees were uprooted, power lines were down, even some rooftops were gone. This brick house on Jackson Street, it was one of the hardest hit. The outer walls of this brick home crumbled to the ground. Door-to-door checks on the 40,000 residents of the capital city began after sunrise, with crews working to make sure everyone was accounted for and safe. Michelle Bogowith, Fox 4 News.
Back here in Jefferson City. Michelle, thank you. Just one note here, pitching in to help unlimited texting and calling in the damage and tornado-stricken areas until May 30th as folks begin their recovery. So in town tonight is Fox 4's Sean.
Well, as they are wont to do in times like this, John, the American Red Cross has come to the rescue. This middle school is one of 3 shelters that the relief agency is running to provide people in the Jefferson City area some place to go during this tricky times. Many of their homes are compromised, ruined, destroyed, in some cases livable, but not yet perfect. The cots are set up. The meals are ready to go. Red Cross volunteers have been here since 3 o'clock this morning, making sure they can give displaced people from Jeff City a shower, a meal, and some rest. John Schulte, one of the Red Cross volunteers, says 55 people stayed the night here and another 20 might be joining them. He says this shelter is a blessing, but it's not meant to be permanent for people who just really want to go home.
They want home. We've heard that many times. They want to get to their belongings. They want to get back to their regular life. They want to get back to their job. And our aim is to, from day one, first of all, get through the immediate comfort issues of lodging and food.
Schulte says there is space for more displaced people here. The Red Cross prefers that clients bring their legal ID with them. And by the way, Red Cross volunteers, including their spokesperson Sharon Watson, who I just spoke with, tell me that Missouri Governor Mike Parson is due here in just a little while. Mike Kehoe, the state's lieutenant governor, is also in the building. The two of them are supposed to conclude a very, very busy day, John, by serving meals and just kind of showing some comfort to people at this middle school, some people who've had a trying day, to say the least.
No doubt. Sean McDowell live. Thank you, Sean. And yes, the governor had a busy day. Started here in Jeff City, then went to Southwest Missouri and back to Jeff City. And you look live there to Best Western, just across from the Capitol Bowl. It also suffered some damage. Again, in Jeff City, about 20 people hurt, but no fatalities. We'll continue our coverage live from Jeff City. Now, back to Kansas City and Signal Hill. Dome.
That is something good to hang on to. Thank you, John.
The Jackson County Parks and Recreation Department won't open 2 metro beaches. Blame the flooding. The beaches at Longview Lake or Blue Springs Lake won't open this weekend. High water has spilled into the beaches, making them unsafe. As of now, Jackson County will open those beaches on June 1st. Meanwhile, flooded waterways caused 2 barges to break loose.
And today, those barges slammed into a dam. This is Weber's Falls, Oklahoma. One barge got pinned up against the dam. Look at this. The other one sank completely. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation is worried that the force of the barges could actually break the dam. They don't think there's any major damage. They're checking. Joe, the flood risk is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Remember we talked about that last night? One of the weird things about this whole mess were that these barges had broken loose. Well, they got stuck on rocks for a little while earlier this morning, and then they broke through and eventually hit the dam. And just so many different crazy things going on with the weather. This morning, it was snowing in Flagstaff, Arizona, and not a little snow. It was snowing pretty darn good in northern Arizona from this morning. All right, let's talk about today. Not terrible, not great, but not terrible. Dry, that's pretty good, and we'll take that. We've got a few sprinkles out there right now, but it's going to start to feel a lot more on the muggy side. I think you're really going to notice that tonight and over the next several days. I wanted to bring you up to date on the flood situation. We continue to have numerous flood warnings for most of the rivers, a lot of the creeks, but a brand new flash flood watch has been issued for northwest Missouri and northeastern Kansas, and that's because we're expecting more thunderstorms overnight tonight to move up towards the north and west of Kansas City. We could see some isolated stuff around here before 10 o'clock, but I have a feeling most of us will probably stay dry for the remainder of this evening. We're in the middle 70s right now. It's not overly humid, but again, it will get more humid, I think, overnight tonight and tomorrow. So will the weather be a nuisance? Well, for the next several days, absolutely. It is not going to stay dry. But by the same token, there will be hours of dry time in there for you to do some fun stuff outside for the holiday weekend. But just remember, always have a plan B ready to go. Tonight's edition of What Your Weather App Can Tell You, my goodness gracious, these last several days, look at the tornadoes. We're now up to about 100, maybe a little bit more. Of course, on Tuesday, we had all that activity in northeastern Kansas, and then yesterday, we had that activity south and east of the Kansas City region. For tomorrow, as I mentioned, very muggy as temperatures warm up to near 80 degrees. If you are planning on traveling for tomorrow, we're probably going to have some rain in the area. Here's some of our newest computer data. Later on tonight, showers and thunderstorms north and west of Kansas City. Again, I'm not expecting much for us, at least not for this evening, and probably not for much of the night. Looks like the main emphasis will be up towards the northwest of Kansas City. So that's good for tonight. But as we head towards tomorrow, the atmosphere will get unstable. We'll probably have more thunderstorms developing, and some of those storms tomorrow could be severe. The main risks being wind, hail, maybe some flooding rain. The good news is our tornadic risk is pretty low. And if you are getting away from the area, look at the expanse of slight risks of severe weather, basically all through Missouri and Kansas. Temperatures for tomorrow warming up to about 81 degrees and rain chances throughout the day. Here's your long ranger with rain chances all the way through Tuesday. We might squeak in a dry Memorial Day, maybe. And then finally by next Wednesday and Thursday, things will start to dry out. Busy, busy, busy. We've got a lake report coming up in about a half hour. Lauren.
Thanks, Joe. Fox 4 is working for you with senior send-offs. And today we are sending off Morgan Livengood. She's in the graduating class of 2019 at Raymore Peculiar High School. See all our send-offs online, fox4kc.com/seniors. Our last send-offs of the year air tomorrow.
Fox 4 contributor Dave Helling joins us next. We'll talk about Kansas City and the NFL draft and one other thing the city may be getting in the coming years. We'll explain coming up on Fox 4 News at 5.
Fox 4 Weather is brought to you by Red Racks Thrift Stores. Fox 4, working for you, now on these platforms.
Baseball is back, and once again, the injury lawyers at Edelman and Thompson are partnering with the Royals to raise money for local charities. Injury lawyers who are #1 in results and #1 in giving back to the community. Edelman and Thompson.
Ready for summer? Nissan is. You can't miss out during the Summer of SUVs sales event. All you need is a great camera, the right tunes, and a change of scenery. Save on it all at Nissan's Summer of SUV sales event. Now, save up to $3,000 or get a low $199 per month lease on the 2019 Rogue.
As the next mayor of Kansas City, I want to take City Hall to the neighborhoods. We have a lot of big issues to tackle in this city.
We have issues with trash. I believe that you can handle that.
I think it's very important that you find the value in small businesses.
When it comes to the things that are continuing to divide us, when it comes to crime, when it comes to criminal justice, you got your ears open.
You were so dedicated to neighborhoods.
We should be out in the streets talking to folks and making things happen.
That's exactly why I'm running for mayor of Kansas City.
Water leakage from bad gutters can lead to electrical damage behind the wall where you can't see it. Also, think about this. Bad gutters could contribute to mold and mildew in your home. LeafGuard eliminates standing water. Let me protect your home, keep you off the ladder. Look at LeafGuard, the gutter that never clogs, guaranteed. And now LeafGuard is more affordable than ever. $59 down, $59 per month. LeafGuard on your home. The only one-piece rainwater management system with a clog-free guarantee. A $200 Visa gift card would purchase if you call during this program. Last chance. And if you call now, we have a nice gift for you. A $50 restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate. Now remember to ask about Refer A. Tell a friend about LeafGuard, you get cash back. Tell enough friends, you could get free gutters. LeafGuard, $59 down, $59 per month. And if you call now, a $50 restaurant.com gift card with your in-home estimate.
For 25 years, Edelman and Thompson have been Kansas City's go-to personal injury lawyers. #1 in jury verdicts, #1 in work comp awards. If you've been injured, call on a winning team you can trust. Call Edelman and Thompson.
Fox 4 Health headlines. A new study suggesting women would be more productive if their workspaces were warmer in temperature. Researchers watched college students take different tests in a room set to a variety of temperatures. They noticed the women scored higher when the room was warmer. The men did better at cooler temperatures. Researchers did say more studies need to be conducted before anyone tweaks the office thermostat. If you like to listen to jazz, classical, or big band music, it may just mean you're smarter. A new study shows those with higher levels of intelligence have a preference for instrumental music. Researchers studied more than 400 students in Croatia and found those who scored higher on tests enjoyed those genres of music. They also say more tests need to be done because gender, age, and level of education could also be factors. These have been your health headlines. I'm Abby Eden for Fox 4 News.
And Fox 4 contributor Dave Helling of the Kansas City Star is going to join us as we discuss the NFL draft and its impact on Kansas City and how KC is in the running for even more.
And we'll head back live to tornado-damaged areas of Missouri. Hear from people who lost their homes in Carl Junction on Fox 4 News at 5.
Next wheel, Joe makes quite the comeback.
What a difference a round makes.
But can he keep the lead? Find out.
Tonight at 6:30 on Fox 4. Every legend starts somewhere. Start yours at the Jeep Memorial Day sales event. Well-qualified returning lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Jeep Cherokee Limited for $259 a month. Come in for great deals now.
If you've been thinking about remodeling your master bathroom, today is the day to call Jericho. That's because we're offering 2 valuable upgrades for free if you call by 7 p.m. First, we'll upgrade your shower to a deluxe shower spa or jetted tub. That's a $2,000 upgrade for free. Then we'll also upgrade your vanities to beautiful, stunning granite for free. These 2 upgrades are only available if you call today by 7 p.m. So what are you waiting for? Call Jericho now. You're going to love your new bathroom.
This Memorial Day, make this summer the best summer ever with Honda. America's best brand, its best value, and its best SUVs. Don't miss attractive offers on the most popular Hondas, including American-built favorites like Accord, Pilot, and CR-V. And right now, get the 2019 Honda Civic with 1.9% APR financing for well-qualified buyers. So for big deals on America's best brand, see your Greater Kansas City area Honda dealer today.
Every legend starts somewhere. Start yours at the Jeep Memorial Day sales event. Well-qualified returning lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2019 Jeep Cherokee Limited for $259 a month. Come in for great deals now.
Your money doesn't grow on trees. Feed me! Replace that old money-sucking AC with a new money-saving AC starting at $2,495, or AC and furnace combo starting at $3,695, and a 10-year manufacturer's warranty. Call Mission, and we'll beat any competitor's price up to $500. Your comfort is our mission.
Your comfort is our mission. Call 844-4MISSION.
You're watching Fox 4 News at 5.
Here's a look now at the Missouri Capitol building in Jefferson City. The Capitol itself did not suffer any damage. You can see the sheets of plastic that were covering the renovations. Those are actually designed to withstand 50-mile-an-hour winds. Now, some of those protective sheets are torn apart, but a lot of them actually held up pretty well. Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the tornado outbreak in Missouri. Today is the day to really assess and start the cleanup.
Fox 4's John Holt is live in Jefferson City, one of the hardest hit areas from last night. John?
Dominique, Lauren, we're 2 for 2 for being asked by Springfield's finest, Jefferson City's finest to move on. They were clearing the road. Let me show you where we were. Cross 54 Highway, you see the car dealerships were that's where we started Fox 4 News at 5. They have now cleared that entire road because Ameren Power crews are going to begin to replace those poles. We were just down at the Capitol Bowl just a few moments ago. We were asked to leave there for the same reason. And now we're on the other side of the highway. They say we're fine over here. In fact, we get a good look. If you look across the street, that's the Best Western that we showed you just moments ago. There's an 18-wheeler, a big rig, that tipped over in the tornadic winds last night. They are getting ready to tip it back on its side and haul it out of there. That hotel is completely closed tonight. No reports again of any fatalities here in Springfield. Some injuries, but nothing major. That's the good news. Not the case, of course, farther southwest, where in the Golden City area and in Carl Junction you had the 3 fatalities. One of them was in a mobile home, but another woman near Carl Junction in the Briarwood neighborhood Well, she just had a gut feeling, even though she never leaves her mobile home for a storm, that maybe this time she should. Fox 4 Sheree Honeycutt picks it up from there.
Twisted metal, broken wood, and pieces of memories are all that's left of Debbie Heitzman's mobile home in Carl Junction.
I was going to stay here because I've never left my home through a storm, and I said a prayer and I said, God, please keep me safe. And then I saw the radar on the TV, and I got in my truck and drove to Webb City to my brother-in-law's house.
I'm just glad that she wasn't in there.
Heitzman says she believes God moved her to get in her car soon before her home was demolished by a tornado.
Something inside me said, go. Yeah. And if I would have really thought about it, I would have packed something.
And she wasn't going to go, but then she did.
Thank you. I love you.
So, yeah, I think God had a lot to do with that.
Her brother, children, and friends are all helping her sort through what's left.
My daughter told me that I'm blessed because, no matter what, somehow stuff happens. And now I got good family and good friends that's out here helping me. I couldn't be more blessed.
Heitzman says she raised her children here and plans to stay on the land she's called home for nearly 25 years. Combing through the rubble, she found a symbol of love and friendship.
Thank God I did leave. It gives me hope.
I'm glad she's still here.
Sheree Honeycutt, Fox 4 News.
First-term Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri set to travel to the damaged towns in the tornadoes past. Senator Hawley had originally been scheduled to meet with folks at the U.S. border with Mexico as part of his duties, but he announced earlier today he's skipping that trip and coming to mid-Missouri. He'll be in Carl Junction in southwest Missouri tomorrow, Jeff City on Saturday to tour the damage. Back live here in Jefferson City, again, southwest part of town where the tornado first hit. See right across this little outer road there? There is some metal that clearly was thrown across the highway against that retaining metal there. Again, 150-mile-per-hour winds. An EF3 tornado here in Jefferson City last night. Our coverage continues later here on Fox 4 News at 5. For now, back to you in Kansas City.
You see damage everywhere you look. Make sure you check out our team coverage on the Missouri tornadoes online, fox4kc.com, and download the free Fox 4 app to take it with you, especially over the long weekend. Just search Fox 4 KC in your app store.
And back in Kansas City now, Fox 4 contributor Dave Helling of the Kansas City Star joins us. Thank you for being here.
Great to be here.
So, big day in Kansas this week, looking ahead to the 2023 NFL Draft coming to our area, Kansas City. I know a lot of folks are super excited about that.
I don't get it, but yeah, a lot of folks just went crazy. Well, I mean, I'm a big football fan, but the draft, I don't know. But anyway, big event, 100,000 people maybe. And it will come in 2023, and there's a lot of speculation, Dominique, today, of course, that the draft was awarded to Kansas City in the same year that the new terminal at KCI is supposed to open. And a lot of folks, frankly, are wringing their hands a little bit. Boy, what if it isn't ready and it'll look bad? I have a feeling that the draft coming will actually help the process a bit by giving everyone out there a real focus. Hey, we need to be done by January 2023 because the NFL and 100,000 people from around the country are coming through. So I have a feeling it might actually help out on the airport process. There's also discussion that the new hotels, a lot of new hotels downtown, as you know, including the Lowe's Convention Hotel, which should open next year, played a role in the decision of the NFL to come to Kansas City.
Okay, well, time will tell. 2023 will be here before we know it. You know,
I will not be a part of it, but you will be.
And Kansas City is waiting on some more big news from the Department of Agriculture, as you know. Potentially some federal offices could be coming here.
Right, this has been a bit under the radar, but the Department of Agriculture is thinking, Dominique, of moving a couple of research agencies out of Washington, D.C., and into the countryside, is the way the department puts it. 400 or 500 jobs maybe here, good jobs. Kansas City is one of 3 finalist cities or regions. Indiana is one, North Carolina, and then the Kansas City, Missouri region is on the list. And we could have a decision as early as tomorrow from the USDA in terms of where it's going to go. Now, what is not known well around the country is the folks who work in Washington, where those jobs are now, are furiously opposed to moving. A lot of them are quitting. Legislators in their regions are writing to the White House saying, don't move these jobs. They've unionized in an attempt to stop the move, even though the local legislators, the senators around here, have written saying, no, move it out to Kansas City. So it'll be a big political battle. The announcement may come tomorrow, but I wouldn't expect these jobs to come out here anytime soon. There's a real fight going on over where these research jobs will go.
Sure, probably a premature question, but 400 to 500 jobs. Are we thinking that these will be brand new jobs for the area, or are these jobs that might be moved from the East Coast to
They're now in Washington. They might move out here. That's one of the concerns that a lot of folks who live in Washington, have children, families, don't want to move to Kansas City or Indiana or North Carolina and may choose to quit or move on, in which case that would be new jobs. But the idea of the Agriculture Department is to try and move some of its work closer to farms. And frankly, Washington isn't a part of that. Kansas City is closer to that. That's the rationale that's being used. The folks who work there now aren't really excited about it, to say the least.
Sure. Well, it's May 23rd, almost June 1st. Hard to believe. We're almost at the one-year anniversary of the resignation of Governor Eric Greitens as mayor. It's a major event in Missouri's political history. Governor Greitens has been laying low for a while now, but we now know what he plans to do next.
Yes, according to sources, a story broken by the Star yesterday, by the way, Eric Greitens has decided to rejoin the Navy, at least in an active role. He has asked the Navy, and the Navy has approved a transfer from inactive reserve status to active reserve status. We now understand he's stationed in St. Louis, but he's trying to get back to the Middle East. A lot of folks think that this effort is part of a rehabilitation for Eric Greitens to run for office again in Missouri, perhaps for the governorship, but much more likely perhaps opposing Roy Blunt in the Senate primary in 2020. But there's also, I must say today, Dominique, pushback from a lot of folks who think the Navy made a mistake in reinstating Governor Greitens, former Governor Greitens, and there will be some effort to put pressure on the Secretary of the Navy to rescind this decision. They're just saying a guy like Eric Greitens, who left under a cloud, a scandalous cloud, as you know, should not be in the United States Navy.
Now, were you shocked by his announcement?
Well, yeah, a little bit. I mean, there had been rumors all along that he was going to do some other things in the state, maybe move out of the state. You're right, he had been out of the public's eye for almost a year. And it does, I must say, indicate that perhaps, he has a family in Missouri and he would be leaving that family to go to the Middle East. So that's a bit interesting and shocking in some ways. What would be the biggest shock of all is another run for office. I think you talk about a tainted candidate. Eric Greitens is probably that. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. This may be the first step in that process.
Okay. Dave Helling with the Kansas City Star. Dave, as always, we appreciate your time.
Great to be
here.
Thanks, Dominique.
Lauren?
Late today, the U.S. Senate passed a disaster relief package without any border security add-ons. This package goes back to disasters from last year, the hurricanes, the wildfires, and all this year's flooding. Republicans agreed to toss out the extra money for border security once President Trump said he would sign a clean version of this bill. Still ahead at 5, the honors for some young actors and actresses taking place tonight. We'll be back.
Fox 4 Weather is brought to you by Central Bank of the Midwest.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
You know when you're at Ross and you find at a price that has you like, okay. That's yes for less. Say yes to the latest spring trends at 20 to 60% off department store prices every day. At Ross, yes for less.
The Royals face the New York Yankees at the K, May 24th through 26th. Get your tickets at Royals.com.
At Culver's, we never tire of crafting fresh frozen custard right in our restaurants. Vanilla, chocolate, or the flavor of the day, it's all made fresh.
It's not like we make one batch and we're done. We make batch after batch. Slow churning at the right temperature is the key
Pete's Perfect Custard.
This is really good.
You gotta give it some love. That's when you're able to serve a nice, beautiful dessert to your guest.
I like that creamy thickness of the custard. It's really good.
This is my 10th batch of the day, so there's a lot of happy people out there.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into this.
Welcome to Delicious.
Dallas is exactly what you think it is, and so much more. So come see this, feed that, eat here, and ride there, to quickly discover the many sides of Dallas, where the art is eye-catching and celebrities are larger than life. From the jaw-dropping to the hair-raising. You really can do it all in Dallas. Get the most from your getaway and plan your trip at visitdallas.com.
Shop huge holiday deals for the outdoors at Nebraska Furniture Mart. Save big on grills, outdoor living rooms and dining sets, fire pits, hammocks, outdoor decor, lawn equipment, and more. This Toro Time Cutter riding mower is $28.99. Right now, save the tax on all patio furniture. Save by an amount equal to the sales tax at the store. And shop with 30-month financing. Save the tax and shop huge holiday outdoor deals at Nebraska Furniture Mart. Store closed Memorial Day.
You know when you go to Ross and find exactly what you need? Yes. For your growing family? That's yes for less. Everything your pet needs at 20 to 60% off specialty store prices at Ross. Yes for less.
Welcome back. The envelope, please. Some of the best young actors and actresses are being honored tonight for their talents. It's kind of like the Oscars for Metro Theater programs.
It is a big deal, the Blue Star Awards. Fox Sports' Pat McGonigal is the MC tonight. He joins us now from Starlight Theater.
Hey guys, this is such an exciting night for so many high school theater students, a night they will never forget, the Blue Star Awards here at Starlight Theater. Fox 4 is proud to partner with Starlight Theater, and this year the numbers are huge for the Blue Star Awards. 48 different schools, more than 5,000 high school student performers and technical staff, and 23 of them will walk away with awards tonight. And the timing is perfect because we're honoring these young Broadway hopefuls tonight. Next weekend, the actual Broadway season starts here at Starlight Theater with Rock of Ages. For now, I'm Pat McGonigal, Fox 4 News.
I'll tell you what, all those outdoor venues, I'm sure they're nervous about this crazy weather we've been going through for the last few months. Meanwhile, out there now, we've got a lot of clouds. There are some new showers developing. I'll show you on radar. Plus, we need to do a lake forecast. We'll do that coming up in a couple of minutes.
My heart was beating so fast, my son was crying, the warnings was coming on my phone.
As we pull together to prepare for the next storm, stay with Fox 4 for continuing coverage.
This is more than a race.
The Coca-Cola 600, here we go.
When NASCAR comes home to Charlotte, it's a chance to honor those who've served. And after 600 miles, this is everything and a little bit more. The Coca-Cola 600, Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Think all car dealers are the same? Think again.
Cable Dahmer is the only dealer that backs your new or used vehicle with an unlimited mileage warranty until 2024.
The difference is clear. If you want a Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, or Kia, think Cable Dahmer.
At Hy-Vee Market Grill, you'll find something for everyone. Steaks grilled to perfection, delicious pasta, wood oven flatbread pizzas, and the burgers are the best in town. Plus, where else can kids eat free? Right now at Hy-Vee Market Grill, kids eat free. That's right, get a free kids meal when you buy an adult entree. Bring your family together for a meal at Hy-Vee Market Grill today.
The Joseph A. Bank Memorial Day sale. Save up to 60% off everything. All suits on sale starting at $199. All dress and sports shirts on sale $29. Plus an extra 50% off all clearance. The Memorial Day sale to remember, only at Joseph A. Bank.
Off Family Care provides mosquito protection with a dry formula that's not oily or greasy, so you can keep living life your way. Off, live on. S.C. Johnson.
Yeah! There we go.
This Memorial Day, start your summer off right in a new Chevrolet.
Oh, wow.
It's time to upgrade.
You guys outdid yourself there.
It's kind of amazing.
An exciting summer begins at your Chevy dealer this Memorial Day.
I'm going to go and get a Chevy.
Current GM owners can get $3,000 total cash allowance on all Equinox LT models when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Cable Dahmer needs your trade. Get $2,000 over Kelley Blue Book with any new or used vehicle purchase.
And we'll buy your car from you, even if you don't buy from us.
So if you want a Chevy, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, or Kia, think Cable Dahmer.
Back live here in Jefferson City in the southwest part of town. The first part of town hit by that EF3 tornado on its 19-mile romp across mid-Missouri. And across the street at the Best Western, we showed you this a few moments ago here at 5. The truck has now been tipped back up right side. I don't think they're just going to be driving right out of the parking lot, though. It appears to be totaled. There are a couple of changes we want to share with you, particularly on the high school track and field front. The Missouri track meet scheduled in Jefferson City this weekend. Class 3 have now moved. Instead of Jeff City, they'll take place nearby at the University of Missouri in Columbia. Class 4, your track meet, moving to Washington High School in Washington, Missouri, and Class 5 Battle High School in Columbia. Now, the day started yesterday here. It wasn't a tornado concern, it was flood concerns. City ordering evacuations on the north side of Jefferson City yesterday. The Missouri River expected to rise 2 feet above the Capitol View levee. That's expected tomorrow, and because of the flood danger to the airport, Jefferson City even canceled the air show and moved airplanes out of the way. It was set for this weekend. Unclear how many homes and businesses the flooding, if it occurs, could affect. Again, topping the levee probably as early as tomorrow. And for those affected by the tornado and those who are cleaning up, good-hearted meal to be had. Just a few miles from the tornado-affected spots, the staff at Country Financial has the grill fired up, making a few burgers and dogs, the food free to anyone affected by the storm or to the first responders helping out. Joe Matea and his staff set up in the Schulte supermarket parking lot. Joe says his staff wanted to help out the community that's been so good to them.
Pretty amazing. You know, they say weddings and funerals bring people together. But I'll tell you what, natural disasters do the same thing. It's been, it's a lot. We get a lot of satisfaction out of taking care of folks, and you know, we're in a position to do so.
Joe and his crew spent about 4 hours today feeding those who are affected and those volunteering and first responders as well. And finally, here at 5, the spirit of mid-Missouri alive and well. Eldon, this morning, we came across this jogger carrying an American flag through a damaged neighborhood. That jogger didn't stop. He didn't say a word to anyone. We don't know his name, but he certainly caught our attention today. Again, the spirit of mid-Missouri on this day after. The theme we've heard from the car dealership to others we've talked to, we're going to rebuild. Nobody killed here. We had some injuries, but we're all alive. That's the important part. And we're back live here on Fox 4 News at 6 as our coverage continues from Jefferson City. Back to you.
John, thank you.
And Joe, a lot of folks are looking toward Monday, Memorial Day. You're saying it might not be a total washout.
Not a total washout of a weekend, but I do want to tell you that we are going to have some showers and thunderstorms at various times, essentially from tomorrow all the way through Monday and Tuesday of next week. And there will be a risk of severe weather all weekend long, but especially as we head towards next Tuesday, that'll be a day that we need to watch. Granted, several days away, but something to watch. All right, here's Kansas City. We might see a couple of sprinkles, a couple of quick passing showers develop. There's warmer air, more humid air, muggier air coming up towards us as we speak. And right now we've got some just light showers over towards Jefferson County, points westward as well into Jackson County on the Kansas side around the Holton-Mayetta area. This is not going to turn into anything big for us, but we are keeping an eye on some storms out across central and western Kansas. Out there now, skies are cloudy. Temperatures are in the middle 70s area-wide. Excelsior Springs at 73 right now. Lee Summit at 74 degrees. So here's the deal for tomorrow. We're watching thunderstorms out across central and western Kansas. There's a big question whether or not these storms will be on top of us first thing tomorrow morning. All right, so we're going to try to figure that out later on this evening, but the chance is there. But notice what happens. Things start to weaken right around daybreak. So the activity may not get to the metro. It could. So we've got a chance of rain for tomorrow. We'll probably have a lot of clouds in the area. There may be some showers around at lunchtime. And then during the afternoon, if we get unstable, then we start to worry about more thunderstorms developing later on tomorrow into tomorrow evening. If these storms form tomorrow evening, we could have some severe weather locally in the area. So we'll keep that severe weather risk going. That's why we want you to be weather aware for the next several days. Just be aware that things could change rather quickly. There is a slight risk of severe weather just about everywhere. So if you're traveling, just be aware that some of these thunderstorms from Manhattan to Marshall could be pretty strong. With all of that said, let's talk about the lake forecast. We'll take you up towards northeastern Kansas first of all. As you might imagine, Saturday and Sunday, temperatures near 80, thunderstorms in the forecast. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and go up into northwestern Missouri where, yep, more thunderstorms are in the forecast, some locally heavy rain. Do keep in mind that a lot of the lakes are just a mess right now. A lot of debris in the lakes. It's not good, and that includes the metro lakes. Some of the beaches are actually closed. Thunderstorms on Saturday, hopefully a mix of clouds and sun, but another chance of thunderstorms on Sunday. Finally, as we head on down towards the Lake of the Ozarks, yep, we've got more thunderstorms for them. They got a ton of rain yesterday. Temperatures should be right around 80, some breezy south winds. So quite a bit going on in the world of weather. More thunderstorms for Lake Pomona, out towards Pomona rather, John Redmond, Melbourne. Yeah, it's just going to be one of those tough to plan weekends, but not a total washout. Overnight for tonight down to 67. Again, could be some showers around tomorrow, off and on throughout the day. Perhaps a better chance tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow night. Your afternoon high 81. Then essentially we're near 80. Monday could be kind of muggy. I mean, nasty muggy with an afternoon high of 85 degrees for Memorial Day. So the air conditioner is going to now get turned back on as we kind of endure the humidity. So much humidity.
Oh, boy.
For the next few days.
Muggly weather.
Yes, muggly. I like that. I like that. Just remember, a lot of those lakes are messy because of all the debris, tree trunks, and tree branches. So be careful if you're out on a boat this weekend.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay.
The world's smallest McDonald's is now open, but you might not get to go there. In honor of World Bee Day, the fast food chain introducing the first McHive. It's a teeny tiny Mickey D's made just for the little pollinators. Complete with a miniature golden arch and drive-through, the handcrafted structure is actually a fully functioning beehive. An Illinois couple went to Colorado to get married, and they had an unexpected guest at their wedding.
They had a moose there. This couple eloped in Rocky Mountain National Park this week, and while they were taking pictures with the photographer, the moose just moseyed on by right into the photos. The photographer said the couple seemed pretty excited and a little terrified, but she took what she called a once-in-a-lifetime photo.
What a photo bomb. Love it. Live coverage across Missouri continues. Tornado damage cleanup on Fox 4 News at 6.
Celebrate survivors and loved ones lost to cancer.
Join us and Fox 4 at the Relay for Life Night in the Metro on June 22nd.
Register for a relay today.
New ice cream cookie sandwiches from Sonic. Delicious cookies and real ice cream are on a summer reunion tour. They taste so good live. Hurry in for Sonic Nights. New $1.49 ice cream cookie sandwiches and half-price shakes after 8.
Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. The perfect paint for when the nursery becomes the bedroom. That becomes his room. That becomes your favorite room in the house. Paint because you want to, not because you have to. For results that stand up to whatever life brings. Trust Pittsburgh Paints and Stains. Exclusively at Menards.
Announcing the Hyundai Memorial Day sales event, a kickoff this summer filled with enormous savings, including 0% APR for 72 months on select models. Like the perfectly sized Kona, named the 2019 North American Utility Vehicle of the Year. Hurry into your local Hyundai dealer during the Memorial Day sales event and see why the longer you look, the more there is to like. Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on the Tucson or Kona. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Cycling.
Practice French.
Cooking class.
Art festival.
Climbing.
Getting a new Volkswagen can be easier than you think. What will you do with the extra time?
Hot yoga.
Yeah. No, like yoga, but hotter. Love it.
This Memorial Day, you can get a 2019 Volkswagen Tiguan for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month's payment, and 0 due at signing.
Shop Nebraska Furniture Mart this holiday for a huge offer on the hottest mattress technology. Get a free adjustable base with qualifying mattress purchase. Now is the time to upgrade. Save up to $899 only while supplies last. Shop with up to 72-month mattress financing with qualifying mattress purchases. The best brands in one place. The latest sleep technology. The hottest holiday deals. Get a free adjustable base during Nebraska Furniture Mart's Memorial Holiday Sale. Store closed Memorial Day.
Man, these Red Bull slushes are invigorating, right?
I know it, man. I'm feeling confident, feeling pumped. I want to jump this thing.
I don't know if that's such a good idea, TJ.
No, man, I need help. Can we jump this thing?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Rush in for Sonic's new Red Bull slushes. Half price during happy hour.
From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 6.
You're like walking out of what was natural, what was normal, into a disaster in that much time.
A violent night of tornadoes in Missouri kills several people and leaves a lot of damage behind. I'm Lauren Halifax.
And I'm Dominique Ricks. There are reports of damage in Carl Junction, Golden City, Eldon, and Jefferson City. Fox 4's John Holt starts our team coverage live tonight in Jefferson City. John?
Dominique, Lauren, we're on the southwest side of Jefferson City, the first part of town that was struck